nanosecond kill, and look at the guns. 4 AWPs. Fnatic, they're ready to shoot some ducks as they cross the middle. It's going to be a challenge, and Apex, not in this lifetime.
And now it's Hiko, 1-on-5. Geralt is going to be waiting. Hiko charges in, doesn't check. What? Oh my god! Inhuman reactions! Issue at all. Geralt trying to walk. 1v2 running up here. P250 out, jumping and shooting. He gets one more kill. Looking for it. He's got him hunted down. Time is up. Oh my god! Geralt, you're going to be kidding me! He gets the last kill in. A couple of kills. Or he had to stay alive, but he couldn't really hide after that first one. Forrest, Wild Flash, going to take down Civics. What a big kill. And he's got the C set out, goes for more, takes Dupree. He's ready with the orb, he scopes through, he knifes him, oh my god! Takes down Device, he's gonna get gutted and...
But he's done a lot of damage. Both players have no health. 1 health point off his Laren, 11 on the next. Here we go! Swag gets the third frag for him. It's up against Ignatius. Swag
he's out of ammo, a knife is out, what's happening? Flusher, he's getting stabbed, he goes
There's the flash, that's going to catch Crims out, they're going to push on through, MBK gets one, but Crims with a spray down, he gets himself the triple, and Fnatic are not done yet.
Well, if that didn't get the nerd chills going, this game certainly did. If you're a Hellraisers fan, close to come back. Liquid, they dominate, they throw down the gauntlet, they show exactly what they're made of in the first half that Hellraisers will certainly remember. And now we have to sit there and talk about just how close they could have gotten. I'm joined by Sponge and Threat to talk about this one. Liquid 1-0 up in their quarterfinal.
I think both positives to look at here is just the blistering form that Liquid came out the gates with. Obviously, a 12-3 first half of the T side of MIRAGE is fantastic. But then the second positive, even though, you know, the Hellraisers weren't too competitive, is they had a chance to warm into the game, and you saw players like Woxic coming alive just here.
And this is the worst map for Hellraisers as well. We have to point that out.
I didn't get to see Woxic's reaction live, but I got to see it there. And this poor guy, he had two rounds which are gonna they're gonna grate on you. They're gonna be lingering in your memory. This round, the one it ended on, look at his face there on the end.
But the thing is,
just shoot a teammate in the back of the head.
To put that in context, right? So in the first half of the game, he only had 6 kills. Their economy was constantly getting absolutely obliterated, and he wasn't able to afford the AWP. In the second half, when they got the ball rolling, he was able to get himself up to 23 kills. So think about it, he had 17 kills in the second half. Obviously, he had that team kill there, and he was unable to close that clutch. But his impact in the second half was huge to get them to the point of 10 rounds. But you have to thank, I think, Dead Fox for his performance in the first half, for getting them any rounds on the board at all. That guy seems to be the king of those clutch multi-kills.
And that's what we were talking about, Fred, when we brought up those, you know, the 3 non-stars, quote unquote, who do seem to do a lot of the heavy lifting when the pressure is on. And Dead Fox kind of gave them a chance coming into the second half.
Yeah, I mean, he was the only guy, that Chad said, that showed up on that CT side. And I think we need to draw some similarities with this game and the Astralis game, Liquid Astralis. They were up 13-2 in that game, 12-3 this one. And then it seems like their game plan just completely fall off on the CT side.
Yeah, and you could see, like, from the very first gun round on the CT side, Elige going window with the M4. A lot of people might have missed it, but he had a smoke in his hand, and it was meant to be a Molotov. If you drop that Molotov in the window and the T's are smoking it, you're going to block that, and you're going to get a chance to have a pick. He double smoked window, so you could see that. I'm not sure if the nerves of having such a fantastic half came into play, but there was a little bit of shaky moments there for Liquid. They have to get rid of that if they want to make it to or through an Astralis or potential phase.
And while we will continue to talk about that second half and some of Liquid's kind of perhaps faults in not closing that game out sooner, the explosive start is something you wanted to select and highlight, Threat.
Yeah, they had a really good start as they had versus Astralis. They made a very fast mid push towards Ventrum, as we're going to see here in this clip. You see, they looks like a regular default round, but there are actually 3 people just rushing towards short. I think Hellraisers might expect a fast B split here. But the cool thing about this is they take Ventrum, and then they're content with it. They don't have to do anything more, and they fall back, and then they go for the B split. This is actually way later into that round. And it's so easy. They have Ventrum, they hear all the rotations from Hellraisers, and it's so easy for them to just take that B side.
It's kind of cool that they paused.
Yeah, well, not only, you know, did they get that real estate, they also had the kill. So we know in the 4v5 situations, the CTs either they need to sit back, and then if you just get split on, you're going to be in a terrible position, or you have to make a play. So holding that real estate and just staying very passive, there's a likelihood they'll walk into your crosshair, and as long as you have a nice ending to the round, which they had there, you're playing it perfectly. And they had so many different faces throughout that entire first half. And we could really sit there and we could break down all those rounds, but I think the fact of the matter is just Elysian Twists were so confident. Their aim was on point. Every time they stepped around a corner, they were hitting a headshot, and that's really difficult to deal with.
You see when they were saving 2 orbs, Hellraiser was saving 2 orbs, Dead Fox jumped for info apps, and Twist just beheaded him.
You were dead.
Yikes!
And there was this round where Elise was playing Ticket Booth, and he had an AWP and an M4, and he just kept swapping them, and I guess he got like 3 kills.
Yeah.
And that round is actually a good point to make about the CT side of Liquid. They're playing very passively. The only rounds they're getting is actually when Twists or Elise, they get multi-kills.
Yeah, and that's something we'll have to investigate coming into our second map, Dust 2. Come on, thinking caps on, gentlemen. You said that you've got high expectations of Liquid's Dust 2, but I'm looking at their recent matches. We haven't seen it.
I think the positive sign is at least they get to start on the T side. So if they can continue where they started on Mirage's T side, then they can just run around the map and headshot the players. But that's what I was touching on, is the fact that the Hellraisers guys have had a chance to warm into this. Yesterday, we just had blowouts. You know, nobody really, sure, Complexity made a better comeback on the second map, but the rookies really didn't deliver. I thought the theme was going to continue after we saw, the first 6 or 7 rounds of this game. It just felt like, oh, well, same as yesterday. It's just going to continue until we get to Astralis versus FaZe. I have real high hopes now for Hellraisers. I said 2-0. I still think it's going to be 2-0 Liquid, but I think Hellraisers can give us another entertaining game. Maybe 12 rounds?
I mean, just finding a way to slow down this clearly regimented and well-structured T-side from Liquid. I mean, if you had to brainstorm, how do you stop a team that have clearly planned the first 5 rounds of their T-side?
It's going to be really difficult, especially on Dust 2. It's very hard to hold that A-long area in the beginning of the rounds. They're probably going to see a lot of fast pushes from Liquid there. I'm more worried about Liquid's CT side, however. Will they play as passive as they did on Mirage? I mean, if they do, we might actually see a double-digit side for Hellraisers.
Well, not only that, we look at this, they have Nitro as the primary AWPer for this team. Now, he's only taken that over more out of necessity than the fact he's ever wanted to be an AWPer. If you compare that to Voxic, who's now warmed up on the AWP, and Dead Fox as well, that's a pretty potent double AWP duo against Nitro, and then who's going to get it? Maybe Twist will pick it up. Naf has shown that he can pick it up as well. The problem there is if the AWPs get online early, especially on the CT side of a map like Dust 2, the rifles can get picked off unless they have very clinical strategies.
I see a world where Dead Fox and Voxic both get AWPs early, a Hellraiser's pistol, suddenly Liquid are playing against a brick wall. I mean, there is a world where we see a third map, and I certainly wouldn't mind. It's been fantastic Counter-Strike from Hellraisers, apart from a couple of slip-ups. That clutch from Voxic would have been legendary. That would have been in Mirage legendary moments. I loved that Dust 2, and hopefully we'll get some of those iconic moments on this Dust 2 as we're about to be jumping back into the game as people start to take to their seats. The casters will take to the microphone. It's once again Henry G and Vince.
Thank you very much, Alex. Indeed, I think the analyst built it up quite nicely there. Hellraisers warming up into this best of 3. They move on to Dust 2 next. Voxic was looking dangerous, and hopefully he can deliver once again.
Absolutely, because this is his playground. This is where he runs rampant, and he can absolutely carry this team. And Issa also had a very slow start. He had moments. He wasn't quite the Issa that we'd like to see, but I think this is where he can also really shine.
One thing I will say, Vince, is this has always been a bit of an upcomer for me, and that's why we should check out upcomer.com. Sorry, you haven't seen how bad this is. I'm not very good at the pro. Upcomer.com is where you can find out all the stats, the results of just all your esports games, not just CSGO. Check it out right here. You can vote on upcomer.com as well. Get on your phone, your iPhone, your Android, whatever it is, get it now. It's part of the tournament, proudly sponsored by them, so check them out. It'll be a lot of fun as we get into Dust 2, where his players are just warming up right now. Do you feel like Hellraisers can do this in Dust 2? Do you feel like this is their moment?
I absolutely think they could take this, yeah. I mean, I think we both said 2-1, right, at the start to Liquid.
Yes.
And this is the map I think they can win. So, yeah, I absolutely think that, sure, if it had gone like 14-1 first half and it was a blowout first map, I'd be pretty worried right now. But the fact that they did come back and it was mainly Voxic that was like the guy that really made a resurgence, that does give me hope here on Dust 2.
I feel like it's going to be an epic game, Vince, which reminds me, we're also sponsored by epics.gg. Check them out. It's to collect and share, trade your favorite CSGO stars in a card format. It's a lot of fun. Also available on the App Store or on Google Play. It's all there. You can see all your favorite players on the screen right now. Check it out, epics.gg. There we go. We are getting ready for beyond expectations to the quarterfinals. Could they make it to the semis? Time will tell. We'll go to the break and be back with the desk.
gon' burn it down. Burn it down. We gon' burn it down. Burn it down. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit.
It's murder. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
I killed it. I killed it. I killed it.
I killed it, it's murder.
Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder.
Go crazy, berserker.
I just wanna. Everybody now. Stop your feet. I just wanna. Stop your feet. Everybody now. Stop your feet. I just wanna. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Stop your
Famas also going to chime in for a frag, and Voxic's able to scamper away to safety. And that's going to give Liquid pause for thought. Not too much nades left though for Hellraisers, with over a minute to play with. No smokes. No Molotovs.
Much better from Hellraisers. Great start here. Two of the key names for Liquid going down. But there's one important name that's still alive. That's Naf. Currently on 20 kills. Looking to find a couple more here. 5 versus 3. Hellraisers not probing for any more information. Just holding up in the crossfires. That's the correct thing to do. A split. Coming in very shortly. Door, main entrance, and twists coming in with that AK-47. Molotovs deployed. Flashbangs now as well. Smoke towards short, but it's going to be Angel confirming the round by the looks of things now. Twists work to do in the 1 versus 5. We'll see what he can find, but not much at all. It will be the 4th round on the board there for Hellraisers. We go to round number 15. Liquid have plenty of cash, but I'd say Hellraisers need this to stand a chance in that second half, because we know, although they are very good on their T-sides, you need a buffer to be able to at least afford a pistol loss here. If you go down 11-4, lose a pistol, that's pretty much a death sentence.
It certainly is. With this round plus the pistol, though, game would be well and truly back on, and Hellraisers will know it.
Yeah, especially on that T-side. Like we said, Hellraisers are normally very good on their T-sides, and it's T-side. Angel just missed the run boost towards the Shroud position, so they've had to readjust. And they were going for the boost from that red box over towards the corner there, but it didn't work out for them. They fumbled it, and now will compromise set up Angel on top of the bomb site.
That could be significant too. Haven't used that position yet.
Yeah, you want to use it like once a half.
Yeah.
Like, it's commonly overlooked and a position that can yield a lot of kills. Molotov towards the vents just to push any CTs back. Smoke now for Angel as he actually repositions, and it's going to cost them a smoke, but they are going to boost up there once again.
There's the boost. Still plenty of nades across the board. Liege tossing the smoke over towards Highway, trying to block the vision, as you can see now. It's looking like a set play. It's going to keep some of the CTs interested, but Bondic goes out once again and salvages a glimmer of hope into the round, and finishing this half at 10-5 with a kill. Fox lurking around the shadows, but Nitro eviscerates him. Liege also getting himself. They're going to line up for Voxic, and he sprays them down. The bomb's also sprawled out just below him. The worst case scenario has become a reality, as Taco has to clutch a 1 and 2 with 20 seconds left. His position is compromised. Voxic is playing his sweet time, waiting for the time to get on the scene, but he's not required. Voxic will do it alone. 10-5.
Voxic a lot quieter in that half. That's only his 11th kill with a 3K at the very end. Couldn't get going at the AWP, but he does find them the last round there. 10-5, definitely still possible here in the packed Wembley Arena. The crowd have been fantastic so far. We still got the main event coming up as well. FaZe versus Astralis after this game, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you don't miss out on this one. But for now, Liquid 10, Hellraisers 5. And we'll have a look at the buys coming forward. They are going to be purchasing the P250s. Maybe a couple of them, we'll see. Molotovs will be coming out as well. The smokes, as the coach from Hellraisers there trying to rile up the troops, get them ready to go. Angel still believes. They know on their T-side, they get this pistol, they still have a fighting chance there. It's all up in the air. Liquid struggle to close out games, and we'll see when the Hellraisers can put their best foot forward here in the opening round of the second half. It will be looking likely to be an A-sided attack, but that all can change, and it's actually an A retake setup from Liquid. No one on the A side at all. Just twist way back in the CT truck. That leads towards short, almost allowing them to have a bomb site control if the smoke comes in.
Nitro waiting to pull the pin. And throw on a flashbang, not required. You'd get plenty of information though, and they've heard the vents popping. It's a safety net for the B side. As soon as you hear both vents pop, you know the B side's about to get rocked. And Nafly's going to do his best to stand tall and deliver some headshots. Taco and Nafly are going to be landing all the headshots. Nafly with 3 in a row. And Hellraisers will not be getting the second pistol. Phenomenal performance by Nafly, continues to shine.
Completely shuts them down there, Vince. Really impressed with his performance so far. He is looking like he's in championship form at this stage. Oh my goodness, he's just so crisp and calm. Nav just continues to find kills left, right and center. 23 kills, 11 deaths, and Hellraisers now with no bomb plant down. They don't force fight even on their T side second round. That's just an interesting note there. So no armors. Once again, it's a full deco. Deagles across the board, saving a bit of cash. Down here, and then maybe buy early once more. We'll see if that comes through.
Some negligible damage distributed to Bondic. Picking shrapnel out of his shins. Angel, though, has been laid to rest. Twits the executioner. Liquid in prime position now to move through to the semi-finals. We spoke about how important this second pistol was. If Hellraisers could pull a rabbit out of the hat right now, it would do them the world of good, but Twist is not allowing it. Single-handedly picked up these opening 2 kills. Voxic's also very low. Hellraisers surely with more hope in this round at the very least. And Liege, that's a perfectly timed flashbang. And the curtain's coming down. Dead Fox, though, is going to keep it away for a little bit longer.
1 kill, Vince, but gonna need a few more of those. Bondic will find the FAMAS at least, but he quickly finds a bullet in the head as well. It's wanted to go down. That was not the force buy, remember. They would have liked to get the bomb plant ideally with the investment of the Deagles, but 13-5 is looking very likely at this point. I don't see any other way about it. They can't really justify much investment here either. And they will be looking likely to be the full eco. Bondic and co starting to lose faith. They're going to need something fantastic coming out in the first gun round here. A really convincing round required going forward just to kind of get their heads back in the game. But right now, Team Liquid looking like they may have booked themselves a place in the semi-finals. Shots exchanged towards the B storage area there. Issa investing with the CZ. Angel with a little bit of utility here. And Dead Fox with the Desert Eagle. 3 players towards the squeaky door. They'll flash through, but Twist can hear them all coming themselves. And Twist will find in front of him for days. 3 kills to his name. That leaves with a 4th. And it's another clean sweep. Liquid there. Their money begins to swell. They're in touching distance now of the semi-finals. Hellraisers with all to play for. No mistakes can be made at this point. We said that T side is good, but can it be fantastic?
Anything less would not be good enough, Henry. Voxic has a decision to make. $5,450. Could afford the AWP. It does mean no Kevlar, and he decides against it. Full AKs in play for Hellraisers. It could suggest a fast play is imminent. A set play maybe onto A site. They're already scampering into A main and Squeaky respectively. Lining up the smokes to try and blot out the car position. There is a counteractive smoke deployed by Team Liquid just to stop that initial charge. Also getting into position, they've got 3 players strong on A. Seem to have read this script and also and there could be a push through. Issa had a flashbang out. The timing could not be worse for Hellraisers, and now they're just all pushing out one by one and being chopped to pieces.
Nitro's done an amazing job there. He jumps through the squeaky door with an MP9. He upgrades to the AK-47. He becomes a walking turret at that point. They run in towards him. He hits every single shot, and it leaves us with a 4 versus 1. Angel surely has nothing to say about this situation. 14 rounds has got to be guaranteed at this point. Nitro taken by the horns. Angel will get 1. But can he get anything more? I doubt it. Failed Molotov designed to go in towards the main entrance there. 45 seconds, has got the bomb, and looking likely to commit towards the A site as he edges closer and closer, but delivering something remarkable. And Nitro finds his 4th frag. That was the bonus round of Team Liquid there, Vince. After winning the pistol and successfully converting to a 3-0, they go for an aggressive push with their residual SMGs, the FAMASs. They want to go for a quick round. It's Tex McGritty, but look at this play from Nitro. The 360 to take down the first, gets the AK and starts decimating his opponents in front of him. Absolutely fantastic from Nitro as he takes full control. 2 more rounds will do it.
Such a sick counter strat too.
Yes, exactly. That's what the bonus rounds are so good at. If you can surprise them just when they get into their default, they're expecting a nice slow process and no challenges. You throw it in there like that, that really does ruffle some feathers, because then all of a sudden you're really scared and tentative. You might use more utility going forward just to make sure that doesn't happen. It can rattle your opponents with those sort of aggressive plays, especially one as successful as that.
It's Twist's turn to get boosted up onto A in the Shroud spot. It doesn't bode well for Hellraisers. They do have 4 smokes to play with and a couple of flashbangs. Gonna have to be pixel perfect plays. They're going for the cross smokes in mid. An idea to completely neutralize any vision that the CTs have over the mid vents. But Elise comes in with the first kill. And the pressure mounts once again. If Liquid were to win this, and it's looking more and more likely as every second goes by. Twist with 2, Nitro with 2 of his own. Liquid flawless, Hellraisers struggling.
15-5. One more will do it for Liquid. It's hard to imagine a world where Hellraisers will get 10 clean rounds in a row now, Vince, and then win the overtime. This is the 3rd and final map if you're just joining us. Mirage was difficult for Hellraisers to digest. Dust 2 was brilliant. A return to form, fantastic scenes. But Cash, they seem to have fallen flat once again. Nothing working out for them. The second half, they haven't picked up a single round. They're 5-0 down. And now one more mistake will cost them the tournament. Coach trying to rile them up the best he can. Of course, a tactical timeout deployed at this point. But what have they even got? Does Voxic have the AWP? He's contemplating buying it. Had enough cash for it. Up to the AK instead. 10 in a row. Dead Folks will be buying in the last few seconds here. Brings out the AK. Liquid, surely. Close it out here.
The way they've been playing on the CT side, you certainly would think so. I think the Hellraisers may feel like they've been defeated in that flight. Twisting the knife in the side. Fast A main push. Yields the kill into Angel. His woes continue. Only 9 kills so far for him. Issa on 8. These are the players that you're wanting to see at the forefront of these pushes. Having no impact, and again, they're going to go for the boost. Cheeky stuff by Liquid, but because they've got the first pick, they know if Hellraisers push out on A main, there's going to be one angle that they can have a blind spot. If they don't check boost, it's all over.
Here we go. The crowd can feel we're coming to the absolute crescendo now. Liquid need 4 more kills, and that will be enough. A lot of people are saying they can go on and win the whole thing. This has been a strong performance with a little blimp in the middle, but for now, they can finish on a high. Elise, great position to find the frag, but Issa beats him to the punch. Good boost here from Nitro, an uncommon spot. 35 seconds, it looks like it has to be the B split here. Nitro and Taco, they close it all out. And here we go, the final push from Hellraisers now.
30 seconds left. They're going to have to get entries in very quickly. Nades are being deployed to come back the push, but it's going to be Nitro that's first to fall. Kitako flying, execution onto B. The answer, a resounding no. And Hellraisers, they will live to fight another day. Twists 1 on 4. The guy is an absolute monster, but even by his standards, surely a bridge too far. Does get the first, but it's a great cost to his health. Down to 19, make it 0. 9 more match points for Liquid.
Amazing. Hellraisers now start their very, very long and arduous journey. Nice B split coming in here. There was Issa, managed to take down Elise initially. That was the start of the victory. And you can see doing a great job there, working effectively. They're not giving up just yet. Plenty of cash, of course, for Team Liquid as they look to finish things off once again. They've got 1 more buy still in the bank, even if they lose this round. So still difficult in a world where Hellraisers can bring this back. These are the rounds where you start losing your flair a little bit if you are on the winning side, because sure, you might have a huge bump here, but then you start playing, okay, let's not give anything away. No one do anything stupid. Let's just hold up. And at that point, Hellraisers can start abusing that fact and knowing you're going to the boosted player. That's Nitro trying to get up, or boost his teammate up, and down he goes. The 5 on 4 now for Hellraisers.
Looking to fight aggression with aggression, though, in mid. Decides better of it, does Elige. Retreating to the A site, joining Nafly and Twists. Taco does have a very forward position, though. He's currently in Sunroom. This could be an issue. If Hellraisers decide to go for another B split, that could be the main man. In fact, my eyes are deceiving. Not Sunroom. Regardless, Voxic has got himself an entry onto A site. Nafly, the last line of defense. He put himself in amongst the pigeons as he gets himself two. Can he go one better? If he does, then Taco could start from Car. They line up for a lead. He gets the double, and now Taco's came in. A gust of wind is gathering. Liquid getting pushed along the finish line potentially from Taco. Voxic is playing this perfectly well. Heading around the side of Voxic will keep Hellraisers alive.
It seemed like that could be the moment once again, but Taco can't do it in 2 versus 1. Liquid now give up 2. Haven't got to the point of danger just yet as they have one more buy available, but slowly but surely, Hellraisers are making the scoreline more convincing once again. Hellraisers, of course, with the 4 buy here. And more mistakes can be made. Vox with a good spawn towards B, presumably will challenge. Taco will go for the AWP at the very last moment. Gives that to Nitro. It's a bit of a fumble in the spawn area, so no one's actually be there to receive this first shot. Smoke will come in and block the vision of Voxic. Does he fire a shot? Of course he does. But for now, no damage inflicted, and luckily no rush from Hellraisers, because Team Liquid just weren't ready for it.
But draw out as many of those grenades as possible. Still, a fair amount, though, at Liquid's disposal. Hellraisers waiting, hoping that one of Liquid get a bit too antsy and go for a peek at Twists. To make that mistake. He is on A alone for the time being. It's a heavy stack on the B side. Elige, Nitro, and Taco all here in close proximity. Nade starting to thunder through on mid. Molly's down to sandbags. Cording off as many angles as possible. As Hellraisers look to try and stamp their authority over on the A side of the map now. An important trade goes against Liquid. Elige needed to land that. Those are the kills he would have been getting earlier in this best of 3. 30 seconds. Time is scarce. But so are Liquid. They're down to just Taco. Their funds will be beginning to deplete too. He's been doing so much work on this A site in 1v2, 1v3s, but this time he just can't get anything to stick.
Liquid, an amazing first half, and closing out games really is 2 different worlds sometimes. They are still going to have an AWP going to the next round, but the look to things here, Hellraisers just pull them apart limb by limb there and manage to split towards the A site. Nitro can't do much about this whatsoever. The money is finally broken. Nitro looks to save the AWP. Nice shot, takes down Dead Fox. But he's got players coming all around in Voxic. Doesn't need to take the AWP out of his hands necessarily, but they've still got cash, and their money's actually not as strong on the T side as I thought. You need to be a little bit careful here. What a shot that is! Oh my god, Voxic, this kid is fast. Unbelievable. Jumping up, trying to get a bit of intel there and gets his head blown off. Here's Dead Fox opening things up here. Just kill by kill, you can see they're all individual interactions. Liquid certainly playing a very scared mentality right now. This is the shot that caught my eye. Goodbye. Nitro removed from the equation. Brilliant stuff. Has to be the eco now for Liquid. Surely this doesn't go overtime, Vince. Come on.
Crazy things have happened, Henry.
They have. This has been the Faceit overtime major.
It has, yeah.
So maybe it could happen. I don't want to say it definitely won't, but it shouldn't have done. It was 15-5. That's a long way to go still.
I think we can all agree that Liquid are going to start to sweat if Hellraisers hit 10 rounds. Again, it's that double-digit mark. Liquid will start to feel them breathing down their necks.
They've actually had 35 overtimes in this major so far, Vince. Have you ever heard anything like it?
That's pretty nuts.
I'm sure we've got a couple more to be added as well to the tally as the tournament continues.
Stack on A shouldn't yield too much. If Angel sees more than one player, I think it's going to stand to reason that Hellraisers may just push B. They know Liquid's economy's in the bin at this stage.
But we did say before, there's something about these sort of rounds that seems to find success. Now, saying that, there doesn't look to be anything that particularly interesting being presented by Team Liquid right now. They've got Deagles, PD50s, but no armor, and just that one flashbang. It would take something unspeakable to occur for Liquid to pull this one off. Someone would have to get like a double Deagle headshot coming in, a CZ rush. When all the chaos is going on, it's for all to fall apart. If they had armor and a few grenades, maybe there'd be a stronger chance, but Hellraisers should have full control here.
This is where you want to see the Molotovs being tossed into the likes of Checkers to get rid of Taco's position.
Yeah, we spoke about that before. Even against the full ecos, you want to be using those grenades. Plenty of them, and that's why they can get a kill here. They're throwing this away. Taco helps himself to 2 frags. Where's the utility usage? And here we go. Liquid can close things out now. 3 versus 2. Due to the fact they did not use any of their grenades, Vince, this could be a disastrous finish for Hellraisers.
The worst possible end to the match if it goes the distance now. 13 seconds left. Bondic, Voxic need to get it done. And the CT's not with 10 seconds.
Vocic's dead, and Liquid have done it in one of the worst plays in this best of 3. What a collapse by Hellraisers.
That's just not good enough from them towards the end. They had to use those grenades, but you can't take anything away from the Liquid performance here on Cash. They dropped off on Dust 2, but the stars aligned for them in map number 3. Nafly with 24 frags, Whistle Resurgent on 23. They put on a clinic there on Cash, and they are looking deadly for that trophy right now. That last map sends out a stern message to the rest of the competitors still in the tournament, and they close it out in style as well. The full eco victory. I said it would have to take a huge mistake and a double Deagle kill to kick things off. That's exactly what Taco finds. And there we have him. Hellraisers.
Yeah.